Hello, it's Philip Taylor speaking from Richmond Green Chambers, and I'm looking at a book which I particularly liked. This is VAT in the EU by Nancy Cruickshanks as the general editor. It's this book here. We'll look at it in a minute. Nancy's come up with a really excellent book after all the whinging that we've had about value-added tax. We've given it a title, Value-Added Tax Rules in 27 Countries, The Mystery Revealed. And it is a mystery in some ways because there's a lot of garbage talked about VAT. But what you've got here is a statement of how VAT applies in each of the member states of the EU. And I think it's a great book for lawyers and for business people alike. So if you wish to impress your colleagues with your encyclopaedic knowledge of VAT threshold levels, for instance, in each and every one of the 27 EU member states, this book is for you. It may sound a little flippant, but not a bit of it. In fact, Nancy has, to be congratulated in our view, for compiling and editing a work which largely transforms the often frustrating quest for accurate VAT information across the EU into the simple matter of referring to this one handy guide. This is the book itself. It's a heavy one. That's the front. You can see at the back there's some contents. That's the spine itself. It runs to about, 1100 pages altogether. There's a good index at the back, and what you've got is a standard structure again. Let me take an example. In fact, we'll take the United Kingdom, which is the very last of the member states listed, and I'm just going to get to it there. You can see there is the United Kingdom entry. And you've got various new data, key data that's being given, and what you've then got, you see you have the paragraph numbering at the sides in brackets, and of course there are occasional footnotes which are quite useful as well. What I did like about this particular publication, it is very heavy, is right at the beginning, after the preface, you've got that, which is the current rates of VAT, and I found them very interesting indeed, bearing in mind that the United Kingdom has just had an increase in the VAT threshold. Now, what we're talking about in this book, as I say, is looking at the 27 member states, and as I've indicated before, many of us have trouble even remembering which states are now members of the EU, let alone what their tax regimes are like. But this book is, I think, very helpful, as I've said, for both practitioners and for the business community. And I'll conclude by saying that obviously the book is useful for all those people who are contracting for any VAT-rated goods or services in the EU. And that again is another, I think, important selling point of the book itself, and what we would be looking for, both legally and in terms of business. Therefore, accountants, as well as lawyers advising on contractual terms and obligations, I think will find it indispensable. So here, in one concise, convenient volume, okay, it's over 1,000 pages, but it's the information you need to know regarding VAT if you or your clients conduct trade within the European Union. And as cross-border trade becomes ever more commonplace and potentially lucrative, acquiring a reliable reference source like this is vital. So thank you to Nancy Cruikshanks and to Tolley, LexisNexis, and the people who've also assisted here, the Institute of Indirect Taxation. Thank you to all concerned for an excellent publication. Bye-bye.